here. Let's just talk briefly about globalization. This will be of particular interest to China and India and um, all the many other places in the world. We see visual effects um, spreading the knowledge and the methods, and extremely skilled people in these areas starting to do amazing work. And so this is actually really great for everyone because it will raise the bar, and everyone will be able to learn more from each other and see those cool images. We'll skip business factors for now. We'll talk about finding your edge. Finding your edge is really about what are you going to do to bring an advantage to who you work for, or to your clients if you're a freelancer, or if you have your own business. What are your specialized skills that you are going to be able to offer them? What things can you do faster, at higher quality, for still a very fair price? And I find that thinking particles is one of those tools that can give you a great edge. I know it seems like we're talking a lot about slides right now, and we'll get into TP here shortly. I just want to cover a couple more things. I want to talk about what makes a valuable effects artist. And the number one thing is attitude. Someone who has the right attitude, a good spirit, they're so much easier to work with, especially since there is a lot of pressure in our jobs, and you want someone who's not going to blow up on you. You want someone who can answer a question even if they're stressed. Someone who can lend a hand. You need good communication. And for those of you and around the world, if you want to work in North America, I strongly recommend you work heavily on your English. If you want to stay where you currently are, that works too. Communication happens everywhere. Effective communication is critical to movie making and all parts of life. In terms of English, English is spoken, of course, in North America, as well as Spanish in Mexico, and French also in Canada. But most of the movie making on the West Coast, at least, deals with English. And so you have to be able to interpret notes. So beyond communication and learning English, we have problem solvers. A valuable VFX artist is a good problem solver. Someone who can think around problems, someone who does not get stuck once they hit a certain block. We love people who are not, who don't just do things one way. You really want to be able to find the solution by any means that you can. Think about how many different ways you can get around a problem. Foundation of visual effects basics. You need to understand motion, gravity, study tons and tons of reference. It's great to have an understanding of cameras and story. And when you look at any shot, you should be thinking about every shot around it. How do they blend together? What kind of continuity is involved? Are the effects that I'm creating going to blend well with these shots? And also, a valuable effects artist will have some specialized skills. What kinds of things can they do really well that may or may not be common? People who can do wires or rope or fire or water, just to name a few. There's so many different parts of effects. And a lot of people don't want to be too specialized because you want the variety of work. Don't be stuck doing one thing for years. You want a healthy variety and the ability to contribute in many different ways. All right, the future is open. There is a big horizon out there. Things are always evolving. Software, businesses, tax credits in different countries, you name it. You want to be able to master your tools. Dedicate yourself to learning the ins and outs, being able to tackle a wide variety of problems. You need to be flexible and be able to find solutions. You need to be able to work in different ways. And flexibility is also, there's something I've seen many times kind of involving flexibility, but also involving attitude. You can work on a shot and do hundreds of versions, and the shot might get cut from the movie. You know, big thing, your attitude and your flexibility, that's how it goes. You know, not every shot you work on will be in the movie. So have a good attitude. Makes it nicer for yourself, really. It's easier to cope with changes. Don't get too stressed out. And lastly, just go for it. You know, if you are committed to visual effects and you work hard and you try lots of different things, in time you will be making some incredible visions. We have so many different artists, and I've seen so many artists at different companies who they are so hungry to create cool stuff, and this kind of spirit, really pays off.